All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. This is the brother Yahweh from the GMS Detroit camp, and today is Monday, March 25th, 2024, Missile Monday, and I have this article from the UK Defense Journal. So I'm just going to go into this and then bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And then Salakia, if you hear any background noise, I'm at the plantation. It says, the United Kingdom has confirmed that it is developing a replacement UK sovereign nuclear warhead for its Trident missiles. Says the Ministry of Defense says in the Defense Nuclear Enterprise Command paper that replacing the UK's warhead will ensure the UK's deterrent remains cutting edge, safe, and effective. In the paper released today, the state, the UK committed to replacing our sovereign warhead in Parliament in February 2021 using modern and innovative developments in science, engineering, manufacturing, and production at AWE. We will ensure the UK maintains an effective deterrent for as long as required. The replacement warhead program has been designated the A21 Mach 7, also known as the Astrea, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is being delivered in parallel with the US W93 Mach 7 warhead, and each nation is developing a sovereign design. This will be the first UK warhead developed in an era where we no longer test our weapons underground, upholding our voluntary moratorium on nuclear weapon test explosions. Says this is possible because of the long history of technical expertise and extensive investment in UK modeling and simulation, supercomputing, materials science, shock and laser physics at AWE. Replacing the UK warhead is a long-term program driving modernization and construction at AWE, HMNB Clyde, and the hydrodynamics facility at Epure in France. For those unaware, the Trident II D5 missile is manufactured in the U.S. It comprises the missiles and supporting systems fitted on the submarine, as well as training and shore support equipment. Under the agreement with the United States, the UK assesses a shared missile pool. Missiles are loaded into our submarines in Kings Bay, Georgia, U.S. The UK manufactured warheads are mated to the missiles at HMNB Clyde. And it says, how will it be tested? It says, well, the paper covers that too, stating, we have developed unique and world-leading technology to validate the UK's warhead stockpile. The Orion missiles, the Orion laser, helps our physicists and scientists research the physics for those extreme temperatures and pressures found in a nuclear explosion to better understand the safety, reliability, and performance of nuclear warheads. Orion is used collaboratively with UK academia and US teams in their national laboratories. Supercomputing is also a crucial capability, enabling simulations that allow us to develop a safe, assured warhead without detonation. AWE has recently commissioned a supercomputer named Valiant, one of the most powerful computers in the UK, to validate the design, performance, and reliability of our nuclear warhead. These facilities will be used to bring our next warhead into service, upholding our voluntary moratorium on nuclear weapons test explosions. And that's pretty much it. You got the people talking about it, but Britain, is among the other nations, that are developing these weapons, man. Of course, you have Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, France, and now you have, the UK as well, and probably other nations, many other nations that are probably developing, not probably, but are developing these weapons. But again, man, as we know, that's the time that we're in, man. We're in a time of war. So these weapons that are being created and developed are going to be used, man. There's not going to be one spared. It's all a build-up to World War III. This is why these missiles are being developed, because World War III is going to be the war to end all wars. There's not going to be any more war after this. This is the reason why Albert Einstein said, I know not what World War III, what weapons World War III, Slovakia. I may be quoting it wrong, but it says, but pretty much he said World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, but I know not what weapons will be used during World War III. And pretty much he knew because he was around that time. He was around, for those that seen the movie Oppenheimer, it pretty much, it goes into that, so he was around during that time when, the atomic bomb, was being created. And eventually, it evolved into what we have today, these nuclear missiles, because again, traditionally, in order to use these weapons, you have to fly them over a particular target and drop them, So now, they don't have to do that anymore. They can just simply push a button, because they develop these missiles, and they fly themselves, But I'm not going to, do too much rambling. But at the same time, man, again, these weapons are being created to be used, man. None of them are going to be left over, once World War III starts or officially starts, So I'm going to start in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 16. And it says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And they have created the waster to destroy. And yeah, man, the smith, being these modern day scientists, that are creating these missiles, man, because as we know, a smith, in particular, a blacksmith is one who deals in, making weapons of war. And that's what these, scientists are doing, man. They're making weapons of war, weapons of mass destruction, because in reality, these missiles have the capability, to pretty much wipe out the entire earth. But, the Lord isn't going to allow that to happen, And then that waster, man, that waster to destroy again are these missiles, because there's numerous nations that possess these weapons. But the main two nations that possess the most nuclear missiles and or warheads is the United States and Russia, because that's who this war is going to be between mainly, the United States and Russia, Babylon the Great versus the bear, and Russia is going to destroy America. So I'm going to get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bear you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And yeah, man, this is talking about America, because once these missiles are launched, man, the good majority of them are going to hit this land, hence going into, the lake of fire, man. That's what the lake of fire is. It's going to be America engulfed in flames, from New York to California. This entire landmass is going to burn, And then once that fire goes out, it's going to be, a desert. That's what Isaiah 34 goes into. It gives a vivid description of how America is going to look after that nuclear fire dies down. Once it goes out, man, nothing but desert creatures are going to dwell here. No man will ever inhabit this land again. Verse 13, and it says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. And yeah, man, because once we get in the kingdom, we're pretty much, we're going to teach, Lord willing, we be the elect. We're going to teach our children, that we dwelt in this land, man. That, when you see something, you just like, you shake your head at it, man, because it's a shame. But that's pretty much, what we're going to do to America, man. These people are going to be astonished because, again, this once great nation is going to be turned into a desert, man, because of all the wickedness that's coming out of here, man. Verse 14, it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. And yeah, man, all these nations that possess these nuclear weapons, man, they're ultimately going to shoot their weapons, these missiles on her, man. Even America's allies, they're going to shoot their missiles over here as well. Now, again, America, they're going to hit their specific targets as well, because as far as we know, only America and Israel are for sure, two lands that are going to be hit with missiles. But between America and the land of Israel, America's going to be left completely desolate. The land of Israel is going to be rebuilt, because Jerusalem is going to be, the headquarters of the world, the land has to be cleansed. So all these nations, they're going to shoot their weapons at her, man. And we're going to jump to Jeremiah chapter 51. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. And what is that destroying wind? It's coming from those missiles, man, because once, those missiles detonate, it's then, going to create that shockwave, man. That's going to send that, that wall of fire through, to sweep the land, That's that destroying wind, man. The shockwave from that detonation. Verse 2, and it says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And against them that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth up himself in his brigandine, spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So yeah, man, America's going to be taken out. All these nations are going to be angry at America, man. Hence the reason why they're going to turn on her, and shoot their missiles over here as well. And then just like it says, I'm just going to quote it, in Joel chapter 2. You know what? I'm just going to grab it, instead of quoting it. Because again, this chapter pretty much goes into this war, man. Joel 2 is a good chapter to read. But I'm just going to grab, just this main point right here. Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. And it says, a fire, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. And yeah, man, you still have various parts of the U.S., with the land is beautiful. Again, I make mention of, here in Michigan, there's still parts of this land just in this state alone, where the landscape is, it's beautiful. But it's going to be left desolate after these missiles hit, man. It's going to wipe everything out, And just like it says, that flame that's, behind them, that's that rocket system, that's propelling these missiles to hit their specific target. But the main point of this particular verse, that I want to point out is that nothing is going to escape these missiles, man, once they're launched. Only the elect is going to be delivered, from this judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring, But anyone that's left here on the soils of America, they're through, they're finished, they're not going to be able to escape. So I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. And it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. So yeah, man, and this is pretty much what these other nations are doing, man. They're developing these nuclear weapons. They're gearing up for war because that's the time that we're in, man. We're in a time of war, Hence the reason why you have, Russia and the Ukraine, those, small hats, those Ishmaelites going to war over there in the land, and various other wars that, we either may or may not know about, man. It's all a build up to, this World War III, because ultimately World War III has started, but it's not going to be official until Russia and America, are going at it, So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say shalom.